All right, we're going to see how we can show. What do we got here? Let me see if I'm streaming. I think I am, but I'm going to check real quick if you don't mind. And I am. Maybe. Let's see. Yeah. We had a first when I set up, I got to go delete because it did not pop up. All right, so my settings that I had for my output was at 6,000 and what was it? Yeah. So my canvas is 4K, but I'm streaming at 2K. So we left off with the Ollama OSS. So we're going to turn that on. We don't need this. Shout out to all my Apex players who are still grinding. Let's open up the task manager. And right now we're dedicated at 1.9. There's a feature to show my cursor somewhere here. Oops, don't do that. Somewhere. Anyway. So what I'm going to do on your right, you have the GPU dedicated 1.9 and the memory sitting at 2.2. So what we're going to do is we're going to load Ollama, which it is with the GUI. And let's not use caps. We'll see the list. And what we're going to do again, we're going to start with the smaller version of it. Now, you know what? We're going to start with the same experience I had prior. As you can see, we're going to start run verbose, which is basically showing me data. And now you're going to see it load on the GPU. Right now it just jumped up to 15. Give that a second to load. I think this right here is about 30 seconds in span. Get our test list of questions. Now, it doesn't fill the full 16, and you can see it climbing here. It was at 3, but now it's at 11.9. It's still writing, as you can see in the disk 0. CPU's low. It's loaded, as you can see on the left. And I'm going to say, who are you, as their test. Look how slow that is. This is pushing over 17 gigs. We got 11 on the RAM, it's at 15. So we're looking around at least 20. And this is running pretty fast compared to the 1030, or I'm sorry, the 1060 with 3 gigs. And I wouldn't even try because it would error out saying out of memory. So this is the Gemma giving its typical greeting of who it is. And I think that's about 3 tokens, maybe 2 tokens in between. If you have an opportunity to play around with AI, I recommend starting with Ollama, especially if you don't have a high quality machine, because they do come with a lot of smaller. Yep, 2 tokens. It's pretty slow. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do the 20. I just highlight. I'm going to hit Control D. Push up on the arrow. Paste 20B. If you can look to your right, you're going to see a dip. That's when it swaps out. And you can see the RAM drop from 11 to 5.3. See the processing's happening here, which isn't a lot. Let's open that up. So that's all going to fit on the video card. Make sure your contact window is low. Right now I have it set to 4. You can move it around, but don't do that because it'll... Oh, it didn't do it this time, thank God. It would kick off your model because it has to load at the same time. So that was a basic download originally. I think it's set to, yep, 13 gigabytes. And as you can see here, it's sitting at 14.1. That's not bad. All right, so it's loaded. Do the typical, who are you? So much faster. About 30, normally about 40, 50. I've seen it higher. And we're going to do the typical test question. We're going to do different ones. So we're going to do research paper for school. So if you're doing any school stuff. Now, when you're on terminal and you want to paste it, you don't do Control V. You can, but I always just use the right click on the mouse and it just pops and populates right there. That's coming out pretty quick. I'm going to do the same question on here so you can have comparison, because I think it's going to kind of do the same thing, because you'll look at the right and it kind of looks weird, but that's basically markdown. And web browsers and a lot of programs can identify the format and make it look pretty. So that is a lot of information. These are the 4 sections. This is about work. And then you got about business. You got home. Your school. You got technology. Local. The world. You need internet for that. Health. Entertainment. Right? You need internet for that. Financing. Especially local, you do need internet for that. There's a lot of stuff preferably you want internet. So that's done. So we're going to do the same thing over here. No internet, as you can see here on the left. Hit enter. And it's the same output. So I'm going to go to the top. And this has a thinking end, just like on the left. And now it's finished. As you can see, it kind of said the same thing below, step by step. On the right, you got little boxes with the question mark. And you look to the left, that's just a dash. I think there's a way to change the font. Let's see if that picks up the, no, still the same thing. Go to properties. Maybe that one will do it. Nah, it still has it like that. Anyway, I'm going to have to figure that out. But if you look on the left, you can see how clean it looks. Perfect for the office, perfect for, you know, home assistant. A lot of this, as you can see here, right in this area. Oh, it's still writing, that's why it's, I mean, look at all this good stuff. So what I was trying to say is, like here, Smith A, is that link real? I don't think so. Clicking it, see what's up. Yeah, it's not. So you can actually request it to definitely give you the right answers. But it's a small model. The ones that we use online is like 400 billion on massive servers, and this one is just 20 billion, about 12 gigs. And like I said, you see the expand right here up to 14.2 from the 13. I think the download was 12.3, so that's not bad. So we're gonna close this. I think my cursor was about to open, but look at that, very usable. This is the Ollama UI, and I think this is for school, right? And you can turn on the internet and you can request it to verify and check online by clicking here, right? And then click it again to disable. So a lot of people would want to have this run on other programs. So I'm going to open up Misty Studio. Now the cool part, you can see it already here. I'm going to right click and I'm going to show you how to get all of this in there. So you're going to click on manage and you're going to see right here, all of this is in my local computer. So you're going to hit the provider up here at little plus sign, and I'm going to hit the edit because I already set it up, and you're going to see that HTTP localhost, it's going to be 11.4.3.4. That's all you got to do. There's no API key because it's all local, and then at the bottom you can write, you know, custom name, and then you just hit update or apply and give it a little bit, and that's it. You get all this fun stuff. I'm going to show you the editing, uncheck images and vision because it does not support it. What supports it? I think the Gemma, This is D12. It does coding, tools. I'm not sure about images, but it does vision. I can see. You want the thinking. Hit update. That's one thing I like about this one. Also has vision, I think. It'll do coding, codes. So when you look at this, purpose, what are you trying to do? If you're just talking to it, just have the text. If you want it to think, hit that thinking. Vision for showing images. Streaming is basically spitting it out quicker. Embedding is the coding and tools, other features you can do. So, all right, so we're going to get out of here and I'm going to show you the image part. So I got an image right here on my desktop. For you to activate it, you can't drag and drop. You got to open up the clip, hit image, and then right here it says drag image. So you're going to just drag it in there. And now it's there. You can see it on the top. And you're going to ask, what is this image? Full detail. And if wording, tell me what it says. And the funny thing is that these things actually type faster than I do, which is perfect. So this is going to fail. Oh, not supporting. Why not? Oh, because it's not loaded, or make me look bad. Which one is supported? Was it this one? I was under the impression it did it. So let's do that again. Refresh. I put the 4. See if that loads. Yep, it's loading right here in the window. So I'm going to have to find out why the 12B parameter didn't work. Let's minimize that. And now you got a real nice looking chat. And this one is not a thinking model. It just goes right out there. This image is promoting graphics for a YouTube live stream. Look how testing the performance of older computer systems styled, and what else? So you got a main computer. Got that information wrong. It is the Z600, not the Z4G0. Never heard of that. Now you have, of course, you got that correct, the 4060 Ti. 16 gig is correct. It says 20. 17 years, local, 117 TPS, which is tokens per second. Looks pretty good. Trend that user uses 80s, 90s computer imagery. Ah! That's not nostalgia. Well, I guess it is nostalgia. That machine came out. Can I zoom in on there? No. So this machine, let me see if I can show you the image. This one right here came out in 2008, 2009. I acquired it, if I remember correctly, a little after 2019. So that's 11 years old for me. Close that. And yeah, it works pretty good. It's a dual Xeon processor, 6 cores each. I don't have hyper-threading enabled, so it's solid 12 cores. It's pretty fast. But it's not as fast as one chip that you can buy, like the Ryzen 5, 7, 9, i7, some of the i5s. It's faster than this one. peak is 3 gigs. The other ones are like 4, almost 5 gigs. So it blows this one out the water. Has the AVX 1, 2, and 512. And when you add that with the processing, it runs through very quickly. This processing chip does not. It is slow as dirt. And I've done some benchmarks. And what do we got here? So we just finished that. We saw how to load using the management. I had a user ask. Let me close this. That's not what I want. I'm going to open up in terminal. They were using OpenCode. And I had used the Gemini CLI, which was cool. And I wasn't really aware what I was doing because I was trying to create a local host server that can issue APIs to other machines using my local setup. Kind of like how the big boys do it, Ollama, and the services packages that you can pay. Anyway, doing that, it loaded a bunch of fun stuff, and it did not, it messed up my login for Apex. So I don't know if that's something I did, and I uninstalled everything and it still is not working. Thinking that EA bans you. So I was checking that, and luckily I'm okay. So this is the list. So you got redo. Again. You got, of course, you got your exit details, thinking, which is that toggle thinking block. Themes don't need it. Unshare the timeline. List the sessions, export compact, init, undo, redo, edit, agents. I think that was what he was talking about. He said he added, I'm going to go to models first so you can see what I'm talking about. As you can see here, I got right now Grok in the recent section, which is Grok code fast 1, then GPT-OSS-20B local. Then you see the Ollama local, GPT local, and then Grok again. So I'm going to escape there. We're going to look at agents. I think that's what I saw. So we're going to click on agents, and you got the two. You got your build, you got your plan. I cannot think where those files are. I'm going to look today because he was saying that whatever one he was using, I'm currently using the OpenAI Grok coding fast. And let's do a test real quick. This is on build. I'm going to hit tab. Now you see in the bottom it's at plan. How do you plan a project? Outline. So that's connected to the internet, and it's free so far. And I don't really want it doing anything. So what we're going to do is allow this to do its work, and it says I was plan mode to analyze requirements, outlines, implementation steps without making changes. Steps with tabs, describes the task. Right? So that's basically it. And then you can switch to build. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say, what does the build? And it should tell me Just simple. Yep. Allows OpenCode to implement plans, changes, edit files, and running commands. I'm going to exit real quick, hitting the, I think I just have to right quit. Yeah. So you can, my goodness, my fingers are just, go to the folder area you're working on, and maybe if I did it right, cd, change directory max, and then run OpenCode. And now it's in the directory, so you can say, can you see directory you are in? I think so. It says you're supposed to, if you're, yeah, there you go. So it's that straightforward. And let's say you're talking with it and you want to create a plan, it'll give you the plan. And there are some sheets that you have to implement, some JSONs that have that data. It's like a persona, or you're giving somebody a job and you give them a script that says, hey, this is what you're going to do. This is how you're going to do it. If you see this, you do, it's telling you. So when you're asking, I'm going to see if I can change it so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm going to go to models again. We're going to pick Ollama for the plan. And it's just default. It'll do this is running local, so that's going to take a minute because I don't think it's on. Yep. So you can see it loading. And I think it's about with this system, because this hard drive is also an SSD. And once it fills out the 14, whatever, 13 gigs, and the hard drive finish, you can pretty much start seeing a result. And it should be instant after that. Just like everything. The first time you load it, it's always a little slow. But after it's loaded, it's pretty much back to back. So we're going to let this load. All right. There you go. So got it. I'm ready. Read-only mode. So I can't touch any files. Let's say, can you plan? Yeah, it did say that. Should just say, yes, I can plan. But you see, it's doing the same thing over and over. It's repeating the same information. And it doesn't have, I guess, the full layout of how Grok works. Build a website. Now, I'm doing it this way because someone said, hey, it didn't really work right. I never really tried it before. Yeah, it doesn't work right. Look at that. It's just saying the same thing. So I'm going to check why that does that. I'm going to go back to the models. I'm going to put back Grok, and it's going to be like night and day. Look at that. You see the difference? So right now, he's right. There is a big difference in the structure. I did see someone make a video, and I will definitely do my research, and I'm going to put a video on how to do that. And right here, it's just a defined. I'm going to hit tab, change it to build prototype. And it's the free version, so let's see how fast I'll burn through the tokens. And I like the fact that they ask, to do things. And there's a lot of things I could have done. I could have asked, like creative design, make sure it looks good. Don't make it look, generic and cheap back in, when internet came out. So it's, yeah, I think the local OSS-20B should be able to do all of this stuff. But they got the secret sauce. They know how this works. I have everything reset on my firewall to give permission on everything. And I'm going to hope that anything that turns on will pop up that Windows Defender, because I'm doing my own troubleshooting. And the troubleshooting basically is making sure I can get the game on. I don't want to do it now because I get my hopes up. But I want to make this video, get it out the way, and show people how to put little things that's on your mind. Sorry about that. Had someone knock on my door. Wanted to make sure they're taken care of. All right, let's see what's going on here. HTML with hero services, testimonials. That's nice. We've got the pool cleaning services HTML. Let's go there. So we're going to go here to the Max folder. And there it is, pool cleaning website. So let's double click on the index. I will allow it. And look at that. It's not great, but it's pulled pictures from the internet. This is just a single page, just, this has responsiveness, of course. No, it's not. Look at that. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to take the same. Here's another thing I've noticed with my computer. I can't scroll. you can hit Control up arrow, down arrow, and it's supposed to scroll on this application or terminal. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open up, since now I don't have it loaded. Let me go here to the local. I'm going to ask, I have a small project for you. Are you up for the task? It is web related. I need you to bring the rain for this job, right? And I'm going to open up here. And I'm going to take these three, put it in there. So it's half doc, half all that fun stuff, images. Please review. Oh, let me see if I can do this. Can I? Yeah. So I'm going to do copy and right here, small project. I think if I hit paste, it's going to copy this whole thing. I don't need all that, so I'm just going to open up Note. Bring this over. The point was to get that nothing. What the heck, man? So that's useless. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that I can't scroll up and see that little task list. Yeah, that's when you have too many things open. So create. All right. I'm going to turn on the internet and say use the internet. What client? We don't have clients. So this is pretty good. And what we're going to do, we're going to get out of that. And we're going to give this a try and see if this will produce a better result. So I gave it the HTML, the styles, and I uninstalled a lot of services and programs that do hosting and server grade stuff. But I uninstalled it because I wanted to have my NA8 that will control a fleet of AI models. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make it work so one model will have multiple personas. So when I hit or give my message, it walks through into the agent, goes to the persona section, find out who it needs to do what kind of job. Like if you need a graphic artist or a coder, front end, back end, a little bit of both, someone with a creative mind, and it will choose that particular AI, even though it's the same GPT-OSS-20B. the goal was for it to create the persona. All right, now it's working. And be a team. That's another thing I'm noticing too. I see that the texts get all blurry. So I don't want to talk to you, man. I want you to do some work so I can copy and fix what you... Yeah. This isn't what I'm asking for, but I'm going to humor it. It's definitely doing a breakdown. Look at that. Done. So cleaned it up. You saw how weird it looked? Now look at once it formatted. And the token out of that was 31. Took about 2 point... Yeah, that is in seconds. Input was over 3145 tokens, 1524 out. So now let's see if it'll do it. Because I want them to use these other two files because that's the style sheet. Normally I do it all in one, but I didn't do it. Grok did, and Grok said it's the best. And you know, the picture was like okay, but one, and then everything else is like, what's going on here? Crystal pools. And it wasn't even a lot, it was just minimal. So if you're, let's say, doing a job like this, you could just keep asking and do sections. Like here, you're at the crystal clear pools, hassle-free services, and you say, I need a little more, you know, verbose content. All right, so it's writing the code. And what I'm going to do is hopefully copy paste, and it should redo it. I should have just made it do it by itself. A new one. Those are the testimonials. I didn't like how that looked. Is it checked online for ideas? And here's a new thing that I like. Look at this. There's your code right here. So you can read everything quick and then go, oh wait, I need the code. So now you come down here, you got the little copy. I'm going to go to the folder. I'm going to right click. I'm going to hit edit. And I don't normally do this, but hit save, hit refresh, and it broke it. Made it worse. See, so this is like year one of coding. So now I'm going to come over to the paid version. Say yes. So I'm going to try to do the same thing. I'm going to pull these three files. I think it's giving me snippets, not the whole thing. So if you ever vibe code before, this is it. Yeah. So it gives you the sections, makes you understand it. If you know how to do it, you can pretty much set it up. But the cool thing was, you saw it, that Grok coding with the build created, I don't like this, I want you to make it better in one file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to agent, and I'm going to give it the internet. Yeah, that's already done. I don't need to do all the other stuff. I think that could be it. I can do a quick YouTube search. And let me close this, open here. We're going to go to best pull website layout ever. And, look at all this crap. Is it good or is it not? Who knows? But the point is to help figure out how to get, yeah, that's pretty much it. It should be able to do the same thing. So let's trust this $20 a month and give it the agent. So an agent is basically going to, create his own virtual workspace, and then just build. And it's the same thing as the code based or OpenCode or Gemini or CLI. So we're going to see if that does it. It's looking at the code. It's probably saying, oh my God, that's terrible. Because that's what I would do. Yeah, it's got it. It's like it had no concept. When I looked at Gemini, it told me I've looked at every single website and this, that, and the other. And I said, oh, so you have a good eye for layout. And it said, oh yeah. And I asked it to make me a website, and I was like, you do not have a good eye. And I gave it examples, and it was praising me like I was like, I was like, no, you are being sold as I can do anything. And people like me are going to be like, all right, build me a business, make me rich, and automate it so I don't have to do anything, just phone calls. So there's tons of companies and people saying you can do it like that, and type in something simple and it creates this elaborate. Now it does. It's snake oil. Don't believe those people. They're lying to you. But if you look here, it's an opportunity for you to learn and grow, like my channel, go from there. But I want to tell everybody thank you for watching. This is just me showing the capability. Is it there yet? I think so. Vibe coding, there's definitely a structure and terminology depending on what you're trying to accomplish. So for me, I'm using website because that's what I used to do. And you have that same opportunity, but might have a different field. If you're trying to create like SaaS, service as a software as a service, you can create tons of different things. And there's people who put it behind paywalls or give me your email so I can spam you and I'll give you stuff. I got people on the internet that says, "Oh, I scraped all these popular people and got all their stuff. Here it is for free." Is it ethical? Probably not. But I downloaded it. I was hoping this would have been really cool. But that's what I got this for. I got the card so that I can try to have local AI. This is not on the right. What's on the left is. And whoever real coder is probably looking at my words and go, "You can't do that." Come on, Misty. I thought you could do all this fun stuff. So, ChatGPT, man, it's on fire. It's doing all this stuff. And the local one is figuring it out. I asked ChatGPT to make me like this computer and the video card, and I said, "Can you do me a favor? Can you rotoscope that and make it like a transparent background?" And it heard something else. It created a black and white, grayish. Can I show you? Yeah, it's like the last one I did over here. Yeah, right here. I go, "What is that?" First of all, I can't put it on a flyer. This is the end product. That's what I was kind of looking for. So it was getting there. And it got the wrong video card. Like I haven't been talking about it. And after I showed it this one, this logo, it created these two. And I was like, that's perfect. So it took out the image, and you could see the 6 didn't even work. Video card looks like the video card. And I didn't use it because you can tell it's totally two different ones. And I don't know, man. What happened? Did I break it? I did break it. What the hell, man? This is me trying to figure out why my shit's broken. And I don't think I was on here. it should be working still. Oh, what's going on here? Look at this. After I yelled at it, what kind of person makes this crap? You want to get fired? What am I looking at here? All right, let's. You know what? I lost the look. This does look better than the original because you got these boxed out. There's no images. It's fine. I like the hover. You can put a big image behind here. It's still the same. There's no creativity. I don't know how most of these guys do, and I didn't give it a full stack. I just said, hey, can you? And for that amount, that's pretty fast. Is that what you want? Absolutely not. How would I do that? I would probably communicate with the client, tell them, hey, what are you looking for? They say what they got to say. You take that information, you go out, scan layouts, even give them links to websites. Say, hey, look, there's a bunch of websites out there. Take a look at them. Tell me which one you like. Send me the link. Let me see what I can do. And then you take that and you run it through ChatGPT. You say, this is it. Here's the image. Make it look exactly like it. And it should. The codec that's built in with ChatGPT, now that I heard is really good. Right here, this codec right here. Takes you to another place for you to build what you're trying to do. And will it do it? Let me see. Fine. And then I want to put. I don't know if I want to use that same because it looked terrible, but I'm gonna give it the new one. So what we're gonna do is move that. All right. Where is this? It's in your downloads. So you're gonna go to downloads, hit your index where that is. Bro, am I blind? Well, we're gonna have to go the old way then, because I don't know what the hell. That one's in downloads. It's the same fucking folder. Where the hell is this stupid one? And there's supposed to be two of them. So index HTML, let's group them up. I did it today. It is the 29th. So let's see if I can just drag it. Nice 360 pool. Well, and you thought my website was bad. What's up with this thing? If you're trying to do business in pools, that's what you do. You look at other people's websites and say, oh, that's a. What's going on here? This looks like a lot of stuff going on here. That's a lot of stuff for pool brain. That looks like a regular, yeah, something like this. So I'm going to give it this as a reference. It's always good to be nice. All right, so this is what we got. We're going to kick that out and see if it does something. And it's gone. I think the internet just gobbled it up. Everything I just put in there just disappeared. Yeah, it's not fucking here. I don't know what's going on. Can you make me a website? Remember, folks, if I'm going through it, you're going to go through it. So I'm going to let that sit there and figure that out. This one just made a pretty cool, usable looking, simple, where you can add a huge background image of a pool. And here, you on top of where it says regular cleaning, you could put pictures of what's going on. To the left here of the about section, you can put an image there. Above here, you can put images of the people, or down below next to their name. Contact, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't just have it floating in the middle. All the buttons work. This doesn't work. Normally, I make that go to the home page if there were multiple pages. I'm going to close this. I connected it to my subnet, which is here, and we'll see how that works out. Code previews. Well, what else can we do while we're waiting? Close all this stuff up. I want to find out why it gets blurry when you move it. Now it's not doing it, but sometimes when you do stuff, it bogs down. It happens. I like this image. Came out pretty good. The cursor, I have not figured out how to put the local Ollama. Close this. Models. This is not mine. No open. I want to install anything because I don't really use this too much. You got Google Anthropic, OpenAI. This Cloud 4.5 Sonnet is really good for coding. Where's my local? Wouldn't be here, would it? Let's see. Could I put? Oh my goodness. Could that work? Or not? So that's this one. I mean, I can go in here and do Ollama. What's up with this? Why is this not working? That's strange. Strange. Oh, spelling. Dude, it's my hands, man. I'm not in a proper position. So, we're going to do, I think we had to, let's do a small one. Where is it? There it is. Gemma 3. Bro, what am I doing wrong? Oh, maybe if I put the word run in it. Llama's like, what do you want to do? So that icon runs there. And I don't know if it has the tool set to do stuff within here. Well, I did uninstall everything. So it's kind of like starting all over again. This is the free. Quality of this is good, but imagine with a higher, look at that, 110 tokens. I was getting 50 with my old video card. It's pretty interesting. And this is 800 megabytes. I don't know if it's going to do 2,000 words. This is the free stuff, man. You don't have to pay for it. Let's do this one. Let's do 3 arcs in the story. Show the meat. Let's see if that makes sense. 3 different arcs where you have one initial, 2 different stories happening, and then how it all combines together. Yeah, it's still giving about the same amount of tokens, so it's not like anything larger than that, but it's streaming. Look at that, 115 tokens. It's not bad. And it's all running within inside the terminal and cursor. Let's see. It's probably going to say no. I have no idea what's happening here. What the hell are you saying? Don't tell me story. No story time. Yeah, they won't be able to see it. Close that out. Let's see where this is at. That's not it. I was excited. I was like, dang, this is good. So, right now, I have never used this, so this is the first. Wow. What? I remember I watched the keynotes and it says it does a quick snapshot. This is the full website. Night and day. Look at that. There's no pictures, but it is a lot better. You got the gradient. Oh, that's a one. Oh, that's not the code. This is the draft. Test not run. What else? What is this? One revision, right? So that's the code it's working on. Okay. Yeah. Not bad. In the first go through 380 lines of code. And an additional. What is this? Okay, this is the CSS. This is the cascading style sheets. Not bad. So far, so good. The codecs is working. And what is this? It's this one, right? Because this is the codec. So this is the working area. It's not bad. I'm impressed. I showed him this one, and it's got a, 99%. This looks like AI or someone photoshopped these people. They just don't, do they? I don't know. Everything looks fake nowadays, man. AI's getting so good. I'm looking for extra fingers, things that just don't look right. But this is real time coding from this, right? I showed, no, I didn't even show this one. I just said, could you? And all in pretty much real time. And the local, I mean, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to create this this right here. I like how it put it all together. And it's coming along. It's. I mean, it's got to work. I mean, like so many errors on works and jobs. What's going on here? All right, so the logs. So I can't preview it no more. Let me get out of here. I'm just excited it works. There's no preview. I don't want to archive it. I thought I would click this and see the preview, but it's not doing it. There was a preview button here. I don't see any images. I don't see one picture. Did you put it in my... Yeah, you did. This is not what I wanted to do. Did it add it? Oh. This is my other stuff. I don't know what I just did. I think it's set into projects. Something else. I don't know. I just created it. I shouldn't have done that. That's okay. My, I just wanted to see a preview. I don't want terminal. That's the thing. It's telling me do something, and I'm like, I don't see it. Go to repository folder and open webs. Webs. You see webs? I don't see webs. Nope. I don't know where it's telling me to go. This is supposed to be my preview opportunity, and well, I'm going to have to come back to this one. But it's exciting to know that I have that. Would it be here? No, it opens up over here, same thing. I was excited. I was like thinking, man, I think it's still in there for the preview. It's just an image, but you get it. And this was all made with the ChatGPT codec. Gave a snapshot. Looks way professional. The way this looks right here for the email messaging, contact information. Bottom footer has a broken link picture. Oh my goodness. That's so funny. I was expected to see. I mean, I could copy paste all that stuff and then open it, but I thought it would have been a little bit easier. Let me see if I can just do that. And I'll open up the Pro. I'll go here. Save. It says it has the style, right? Oh, so I just do this. Bro, what the fuck? Right, it said script, so we're gonna go over here. Same thing, open up with the save. I'm hearing in my head the Lost in Space, destroy, destroy. The Will Robinsons. Because I'm just doing it so fast. And come on, man, hurry up. Why is this slow? Copy. And it should work. Double click that. And there it is. Yeah, look at that. nice. Doesn't have the images. Like, remember down here had a little error, but all of this is all legit. It's all, yeah, it all works. Does these have rollovers or a button? What? That was weird. That won't open because that's going to my desktop. What did I click? This one right here. Find it. Oh, find the store. Pennypinches.com stores. That's what I was like. What is this? Made me think. Did I make a penny pinch website? No. Comprehensive services that keeps your pool shiny. Services. All AI. I didn't write one code. Did you buy this? Did you buy this for me? Penny. Pinch a penny. Find a store. Pinchapenny.com stores. All right, thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff.